Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest, and I am back after a 1 day absence for a good reason. I am back. Everything is back to normal, mostly, not everything, but mostly, and everything should be completely back to normal tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll see a normal ASX daily rundown video. This one's not going to be normal because I've been busy up until now for the last 54 hours. I have spent scant time looking at the ASX, looking at interesting announcements, but I do know of a few interesting announcements that have been released yesterday and also today, which I'll touch upon in this video. So the plan for this video, I'll go through my moving story. Now, some of you might find that completely boring, which is understandable. And then we'll have a look at the ASX yesterday and then the ASX today. Okay, so my moving story. So this is probably over the last 54 hours. So the last two videos I did record were the technical update video and Treasury Wine Estates quality video. I think I recorded those videos fairly early on Sunday morning, and then I spent all day Sunday cleaning, packing, setting everything up for the big move of my transition from Brisbane, my old house, to my parents' place on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And I decided to give myself a bit of an incentive on Sunday, and that incentive was a large pizza. And I will tell you, when you haven't eaten anything all day, a large pizza tastes even better. It was the most delicious pizza I've ever tasted. And I think a lot of that was just because I was really hungry by about 6 p.m. So that was my incentive all day. Just wait for this pizza. Now, after I ate the pizza, I had a really great thought. My parents don't have a desk or any good desk anyway that I can use. I always have this little flimsy desk. So I decided to bring the desk, my trusted desk that I've been on for the last 15 years or used for the last 15 years. But I did have to pull it all apart. It is an IKEA desk. So I did pull it all apart. And I decided to take a lot of other stuff with me, including my chair, had to pull that apart. Then I decided to take all my computers. I have 3 computers, all 3 computers with me. Also decided to take my TV with me. Not all my TVs, because they stay with the house because they're all mounted. But the TV I bought when I first moved to Brisbane, I decided to bring that with me as well. It's a 42-inch, fairly heavy, but at least it's my TV, and I have it set up in my room, and I'm really looking forward to watching TV in bed. I have not done that for decades. Not a big fan of having a TV in the bedroom, but I'm sort of looking forward to that now, because this is the first time I've lived in a place that is not my own house or renting a house for a long, long time. So in a way, this is my space. This is my space. This bedroom is my space where I am right now. It's a fairly big bedroom, by the way. So really looking forward to that. But anyway, I decided to bring all this extra stuff with me, which means I was stressing out a little bit that I wouldn't have enough room in my car, which is a Mazda CX-5. And because of that little bit of stress, I only got 3 hours sleep Sunday night into Monday, which is the worst thing that could happen when you're going to be really, really busy the next day, including a 7-hour drive, which a lot of it happened overnight. And when I say overnight, I don't mean midnight. I'm talking about from when the sun set to when you arrive at your destination. Anyway, so I got to bed about 9:30 p.m. on Sunday night, woke up just before 1 a.m., could not get back to sleep because all these thoughts were going through my mind, that sort of thing. And that tends to happen when I am overly excited, overly stimulated. Happens a lot before I go on really long trips. In fact, the last trip I took on, I could not sleep 3 days before we flew out, which meant that when I finally got on the plane, I slept like a log. which I suppose is a good thing. But anyway, I expect the same thing to happen this year when I go on my long trip. I won't be able to sleep for days and days beforehand. Also, I can't sleep before I do a marathon, which is not ideal either. But anyway, I only got 3 hours sleep. And then I got up fairly early after conceding and not going to go back to sleep. I continued packing, waiting for a message from the removalist, what time they're going to come. They gave me a block between 9 a.m. and noon. Finally got the message at about 9 a.m. that they will be arriving at my place about 10 a.m. And just before they arrived, I had a little bit of downtime because I was waiting for them to arrive. So I did have a quick look at some of the announcements that were released on the ASX yesterday, and I saw the doozy. I saw the merger between Brickworks and Soul Patts. So I'll talk about that particular announcement later in the video. And then they took 2 hours to put all the stuff into storage. So I put it straight into storage on the truck, which was really interesting. So all my stuff is in storage. Unfortunately, there is one thing in storage I wish I didn't put in there, and that is the power cord to my second computer. So I have 2 computers, the one I'm recording this video on and another one which I use now and again to do stuff. It's a bigger monitor, and so if I watch like TV or sport, which I can now do on my TV behind me right now, I'll use that second computer. I put the power cord to this computer in storage, and I understand after thinking about it what happened. So the power cord was an extension cord, and I just put the extension cord plus the power cord into storage without even thinking, which is brain fart from me. But what I've done is I have ordered a new power cord via Amazon. Unfortunately, they've given me a date of the 30th of June, which is weird. If I was in Brisbane, it would be the next day, tomorrow, the 4th of June. But for some reason, it takes an extra 9 days to get to my parents' place. That's what happens when you live in the boondocks. A wonderful part of the world, by the way. Wonderful part of the world. I couldn't imagine myself living here for the rest of my life if I wanted to. So anyway, finally, the removers left at about midday or so, but still we had to clean the house. Well, not completely clean. We got professional cleaners to come in and do an absolute brilliant clean of the house, but had to do make sure everything had is gone. Took about 3 trips to the dump to drop off stuff there, including recycling. And then finally, I was satisfied. Oh, by the way, it took me about 30 minutes to pack up the car, and there was no room left. I mean no room left because I brought a lot of stuff with me. So 3 computers, a desk, which is a pretty wide desk. It's about 2 meters wide. Yeah, about 2 meters wide. TV, 3 big bags of clothes, because again, I'm staying here, and a lot of other stuff, including like 3 plants. What else? About 20 pairs of shoes, because I have a lot of running shoes. Maybe not that many. We'll say 10 pairs of running shoes, 2 pairs of hiking boots, that sort of thing, and a lot of other stuff. I can't remember. Oh, food. I had to bring a lot of food with me as well. Anyway, so carefully putting everything in the car, and it all fit. Now, the only problem was I had to lean forward to look into the left-hand side mirror, which could have been a problem. However, I decided that I'll try to stay in the left lane so I didn't have to look into the left-hand side mirror. But you do realize that some people don't like to drive the speed limit. They like to drive 20 kilometers per hour under the speed limit, which is really annoying. So I did have to overtake quite a few people on the freeway between the New South Wales border and where my parents live. Now, between Brisbane and the New South Wales border, it was almost peak hour traffic, so a lot of traffic. It took 2 hours when typically it takes an hour or so to get from Brisbane to the border. The rest of the trip was fine, not as much traffic, particularly when it became dark just south of the border. Unfortunately, a lot of fog between Coffs Harbour and my parents' place, and driving in fog can be tricky at times. A lot of trucks on the road, but I don't mind driving in those conditions. So I arrived at my parents' place at about 10 p.m. Decided at that moment, I was going to say on the spur of the moment, I decided to unpack the car straight away. That took another 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour to pack everything. Finally got to bed at 11:15 p.m. and I thought, I'm going to have the best night's sleep. I sort of did, but I woke up at 5:30, which is sort of the normal time I always wake up. So even though I only got 6 hours sleep, it was quality sleep. So in my opinion, just my opinion, quality of sleep is much more important than quantity of sleep. So even though I only got 6 hours sleep, it was the best 6 hours of sleep. And then today, just putting everything back together, my desk, my chair, just going through and making sure everything's nice and neat. It's taken me all day. And finally, just after 4 p.m., everything has been done. Back to normal. However, in saying that, I have no idea what's happened on the market today, apart from one announcement. Okay, so let's get into the ASX yesterday. So just before the movers arrived, I had a little bit of downtime. So I had a quick look at the ASX announcements on my phone, just going through, scrolling through, looking for any price-sensitive announcements. And then, of course, I came across the doozy. And that was the merger between Brickworks and Soul Patts. Now, I have not had a look at the presentation. I had a look at one page. I just wanted to see the particulars of this particular merger. It seems like the market loved it, by the way. Share price of Brickworks up $27. And I'm pretty sure Soul Patts was up about 15%. 16.44%. So the market loves this merger. So what I have to do is go through this presentation and even the 144-page document with finer detail, just to have a look at some of the particulars. I did have a very, very glancery look at, I think it was like the second page, the first page, this page here. Very, very quick look at that. And also this second page, the transaction overview. Very quick look at those two. I was a little bit confused because I talked about Topco, and then here is Topco will be renamed Washington H. Soul Pattinson. And I was thinking, but it's already called Soul Patts. What's this Topco? What is this Topco? So that's, I don't know, I'm still a little bit confused. But anyway, so I'll go through this with finer detail in the next few days. So that's probably the most interesting announcement we have seen on the ASX for a while. There was a couple of other interesting announcements that I do remember. So it's only 3 that I do remember. Dateline had another really good announcement. Share price down 20.69% today, however, but it was up 49.5% yesterday. I would say there's a lot of day trading in Dateline right now. So yeah, I'm not surprised the share price up a lot yesterday. Potential cluster of breccia pipes at Kelsian. My only concern about the chart for Dateline is just how much the share price has accelerated or increased over the past month. And you could see a lot of volatility in this one moving forward. Wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of day traders on this one. And when you see a lot of day traders, as soon as they become bored, they just pile out and the share price could collapse. And the other thing I should note is Dateline has a market cap of about 350 to 400 million. 328.7 million. So, that's right. The share price is down 20.69% today. Anyway, so there's a lot of promise already built into the share price of this company. And the other announcement I did see and remember was DXN. DXN had a really good one. Yeah, contract signed for 4.6 million modular data center deployment. This company started to release more and more interesting announcements. After a while, they didn't release anything. So 3 interesting announcements released in the past few weeks. And the share price up 30.6% yesterday. That's not surprising. So DXN is a small data center modular company. And when I say small market cap, I'm going to guess 25 million. Let's see how right I am. Oh, geez, even lower than I thought. 13.74 million. Ooh. So I wouldn't say I've been keeping a close eye on this one, but I have been keeping a close eye on their financials, their Appendix 4C, that sort of thing. So not there yet, but nice volume, nice potential breakout for DXN. So those are the 3 announcements I do remember yesterday. Other than that, I don't have any. There's no way I can go back. Oh, yes, there is. I can actually have a look at this. I was actually going to do this before I started recording, but I decided not to. So just before the movers arrived, I did go quickly through this. I do remember BSA Leadership Transition Business Update, but there's some things anti that company. And yeah, DXN, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what the last one I did see before the movers did arrive. I do remember Vinyl Group suspension from quotation. And I think it was James Hardy, credit agreement press release, and then that was this. Yeah, definitely did not see Babylon pump. So what I'm going to do right now is just quickly go through the other announcements, and there's not much. I did not miss much, did I? Did not miss much. Okay, that's yesterday, the 2nd of June. Did not miss much apart from that absolutely mega merger between Brickworks and Soul Patts. In a way, though, you could say it's sort of Soul Patts is buying out Brickworks. No, it's a merger. We'll call it a merger. We'll call it what it is, what they're saying it is. Okay, now on to today. There is one announcement that I do know was released today. And the reason I know there was this big announcement released today is because I did hear or see somewhere that IDP Education share price down about 40%. 48%! So this would have been by far the stock of the day. There would have been a standalone video on this without doubt. I have no idea what happened. I'm assuming there is something to do with their students. So some regulation maybe. And that has always been a problem with this company. This has been, not that long ago, this was very much a bit of a hype stock on the ASX. Like people like Rudy were just talking this company up. Everyone, all the experts were talking this company up. IDP Education, a quality stock, a great company to have in your portfolio. And my main concerns about this company were can be highly affected by changes in regulation. And I think we have seen that over the last few years. And let's have a look at why IDP Education is down 48% today. I don't know why yet. Let's have a look. Market trading update. There you go. I would have actually had a look at this this morning if everything was set up. And I would have seen the trading update and I went, ooh, a trading update from IDP Education. So let's have a look at this doozy. Okay, let's have a look. Key destination markets continue to be impacted by policy uncertainty, which is, again, policy uncertainty. Yeah, this is why I would never consider this company to be high quality, because their business performance, their financial performance is going to be heavily influenced by government, and that's exactly what you don't want. Anyway, policy uncertainty, which is negatively impacting the size of international student market globally. Talk about UK, Australia, Canada, even USA. So, do they have any numbers here? They're talking about student placement volumes down 28%. Adjusted EBIT, 115 to 125 million. I'm wondering if they did release any sort of, this is a downgrade. I'm assuming this is a pretty big downgrade. Talking about market share, cost reduction, prioritize investment. I'm assuming this is a pretty big downgrade. I'm just going to go to Capital Brief and have a quick look to see. It should be here somewhere, you would assume. Yeah, IDP plunges after cutting guidance. Cutting guidance. So this is a downgrade amid international student restrictions. I just want to see what sort of downgrade it is. If they do have it here. Sometimes they will, not all the ways, but sometimes you'll see, oh, here it is, yeah. Global Education Student Support Services provider, IDP has reported full year guidance that reflects as much as a 52% drop in adjusted EBIT for financial year 2025. So it's not really a decrease in guidance, just a drop from previous corresponding period, it seems like. So I'm assuming this is a massive drop in guidance or massive drop in expectations. And that's why the share price is down 48%. Let's have a look at the chart. And this is a really good example of why investing in a company whose share price is in a downtrend is fraught with danger. So this is why the technical analysis can be very beneficial, because share price of IDP Education has been a downtrend since March 2023. So we're talking about 2 years ago when the share price was $30. Before that, this was a beloved company on the ASX. Rudy could not stop talking about this company. IDP Education is a great company, high quality company, one of the best companies. Anyway, so share price has fallen from $30 all the way down to $3.88. Share price has dropped 80% in 2 years. And this is not the chart of a high quality company. And again, this is exactly why paying attention to companies, understanding companies, whether high quality, low quality, and understanding technical analysis Why would you ever be thinking about buying into this during this period? Just look at the chart. Now, there's been times when you might get a little bit excited, like right here in September last year, looked like maybe the sentiment and trend were changing. But that was just a maybe, and then it started going down again. And if I was trading this, and I was thinking about it, I would have got out shortly after. Anyway, so what an ugly chart. Is the low in? We just don't know. We just don't know. And I've been talking about New Farm, expecting a bounce with New Farm, and the bounce just not happening, is it? So I should be getting out of this because this is really negative. That someone just keeps on selling. Well, maybe a few fund managers keep on selling, and the bounce I'm expecting is just not happen, and the bounce might be a little bit too late. Anyway, so IDP Education, absolutely disastrous update from that company. Okay, what else has been released today? Let's go through it. And what I'm doing now is really useful because I can actually see how companies have performed. Like 360, who cares about convertible note? Judo Capital Holdings, Investor Day, share price up 5.78%. So they might have revealed something interesting in their Investor Day, but their chart I also think looks a little bit negative as well. Yeah, no interest in that chart at all. What else? But I might have a look at the presentation to see if there's anything interesting in that. MTM Critical Metals, high-grade antimony recovered at 98% from US e-waste. Share price up 14.86%. There you go. So MTM Critical Metals, oh, look at that. Ooh, so Happy Now did sell out of MTM Critical Metals the other day, asking if it was a mistake. We just don't know. But anyway, sorry, Happy Now, for that. But anyway, what else? So some of these, they're just drilling results, like Lunan Metals up 17.1% on more high-grade gold identified at surface. Sometimes you just don't know by the title. Sometimes it looks pretty good. The title looks really good, and the share price is down 30%. Whoops. Why is my timer going off? No idea. What's this? Autosports enter into a $350 million syndicated facility agreement. No interest in that. And the market's not interested. AOS security purchase plan, distribution arrangements in California and financial year 25 outlook, Treasury wide. Funny enough, I just did a video on Treasury wines yesterday, or released it yesterday. Financial year 25 outlook. Well, this is really interesting. What should I do? Look at the market reaction first, or look at the announcement? Let's have a look at the market reaction. Okay, we're going to move on because there's no market reaction. So there's nothing of note in there. There might be something, but the market hasn't cared or doesn't care about it. And so what I'm doing now is I'm just looking from wording. I'm looking for those magic words like trading update. So sometimes you see trading halt. Oh, trading, oh no, it's trading halt. Nothing of note. What's this? Tasme special dividend. Oh, what's interesting? I was expecting the share price to go up on that. Yep. Special dividend. So either they have way more cash than they really, really need or want. So hence they're giving a special dividend. But again, special dividends aren't free. So when you get this dividend, when the share price, when the company goes ex-dividend, the share price will drop probably by more than 12 cents. Because again, dividends aren't free. So when you get a dividend, your capital in that company goes down by a similar amount. Dividends aren't free. Some I've seen in the past, companies are given like a 30% special dividend. Share price will drop 30%. In fact, sometimes they drop by 40%. Again, dividends aren't free. That's it. Metrics Composites and Engineering Limited rejected the merger proposal. Share price down 4.55%. And Lake Resources Amendment. No, that's not interesting. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just go through the top gainers and top losers. I don't want to do this, but I'm just going to see, because I haven't had time to do this, if I've missed anything. Like Eclipse Metals up 200%. What's happening there? Now, the share price did go up on a low base. They must have released something. Unveils an 89 million ton rare earth resource increase at Grenador. Yeah, the market likes that. Let's have a quick look at the chart for this one. EPM. Look at that. Now, the share price was below 1 cent before today, but this is actually the sort of candlestick I do like. A solid green candlestick, not a lot of selling coming in. The reason I say not a lot of selling is because the share price is or did close at the high of the day. That's actually really bullish. That's a good sign. So Eclipse Metal, well done, up 200% in a day. And there's nothing else I really wanted to look at here. I probably missed some here, like Solstice Minerals. I think I remember seeing Solstice Minerals in this list. There you go. Yep. So multiple strong shallow RC gold hits at Bluetooth. Bluetooth. Okay, let's go back to top gainers. And that's about it. Top gainers by market cap. Catalyst, Drone Shield, Kelsian, go Kelsian, finally. Kelsian, let's have a look at Kelsian. Why not? I'm a bit biased, but I decided to trade Kelsian a few weeks ago, and then the share price dropped the next day, and look, that's looking good. This chart is starting to look really good. I think it was 340. I might have said 340 in the technical update video. That would be a really good price, and it's at 341. So go Kelsian. Drone Shield up again. Mickey Metals, go Mickey Metals, yay. And there's nothing else I want to discuss here. Okay, top losers. Well, we know what's going to be the top. No, that's the wrong one. We know which company is going to be the top of the top losers. Oh no, it's another company called Beaumont Holdings, down 73%. But look at that turnover. It's so weak turnover. This could be just noise, but why would you sell and send the share price down 73%? Why would you do that? And they haven't released anything. This is just noise, which is weird. And that's why, oh, yeah, someone just wanted to sell, I think. Oh, the share price has been dropping a lot recently. But look at this trading update or the trade history. Look at how liquid this is. 11 trading days in the past year. And the share price has dropped a fair bit since, oh, just imagine if you got some shares in this one. Jeez. Anyway, so we can move on. And there's IDP Education. Frontier Digital Ventures down 24%. What's happening here? Did I miss one? Did I miss a very significant announcement? Oh, yes, I did miss that. Okay. And I think they missed it. There it is. Yeah, completely missed it. It was just before the Matrix Composites, and I missed the more important one. CEO resignation and chair appointment. Okay, yeah, so this makes sense because the CEO, I think he's been the driving force of this one, Mr. Sean, what's his name? Sean DiGregorio, resignation of CEO. So I can definitely understand why the shares of this company have been sold off. Now, the other thing is the share price has been under pressure the last few months, last year, in fact. Yeah, look at that. Down below 20 would be a very negative move for Frontier Digital Ventures. Look at the volume. There was a lot of volume a few days ago. Interesting. And what else? A lot of low volume, so we can move on. Loxley Resources down 13%. I'm wondering if this is a case of just people taking profits. I'm pretty sure the share price of this company has been on, look at the run. It's been up by more than double digits 5 days in a row. That's a little bit too much excitement, in my opinion. Got to a high of 12 cents yesterday. Yeah, I think this one is starting to show signs of maybe the fun is coming to an end. So it's gone from 2 cents to a high of 11.5 cents in a fairly short period of time. Okay, yeah, that's another one, just like a Dateline, I wouldn't chase. Just there's no point. I just don't know which way the share price is going to go. It's just day traders trading on a whim and a hope you're going to make a lot of money in one day. Oh, medical developments down 11.19%, but fairly low volume. That's okay. And what else do we have here? Phineas. I don't remember this company releasing anything today. This could be just noise. Yep, just noise. I don't healthcare, healthcare and wellness REIT. Oh, is that something to do with Health Scope? What's happening there? Nothing. Okay. Maybe a bit of noise as well. E-Road, I'd say that's a bit of profit taking. Or Fleetwood. I thought this one was looking interesting, but with the share price dropping today, oh, look at that. So yesterday, I'm just going to bring that over there. You can't see what I just did there. Yesterday, it looked like it could have been a breakout just based off this chart. Share price up 5.6%. And then today, share price has pulled back. So that's interesting in itself. A possible breakout yesterday, or continuation of the uptrend at least, and failed today. Findy down. What's Findy's chart looking like? This one has been in a free fall, I think, since they released their results, was it? Findy. Oh, yes. Down, down, down she goes. And is that it? I think that's it. Okay, so everything back to normal tomorrow, because in the morning I'll be able to go through all the announcements, go back to my trusted notebook so I can write ticker codes down. Last ticker code I did write down was in fact CKF, and I just put sell there. So obviously I said to myself I should sell out of CKF, and let's have a look why. Oh, you can see why. So this is my orange line. Sell if it falls below that, and you can see why. I think, although we've had a nice little bounce today, so maybe that bounce will continue, and I'll still sell this one because the chart has turned negative for me. Okay, so if you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of the video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.